Welcome everyone, welcome to another preview. This is MetalCanyon, and we'll be previewing a game by Pyrodactyl called Good Robot. Good Robot. Good Robot. Sit, good robot. Yeah, well, there you go, you get the idea. Let me just lower this a little bit. Anyway, it is a roguelite. Not a roguelike, but a roguelite, because you don't necessarily end the game when you die, although in most cases you do. But I will show you. Basically, the whole idea of the game is, yes, I will start a new game, is you're this little cute killer robot, which the big corporation that has built these huge underground cities sent to kill all the bad robots. This is because while the company had the right idea of building these huge underground cities so that humanity could survive on Earth, which was no longer inhabitable. Well, all the robots have decided to kill all the humans. So now you're the only good robot left, and you have to destroy all the evidence of the company's failures, which is pretty much a tongue-in-cheek thing. Now, over here we have a little shop where we can buy hats. Why the hell would you buy a hat, you ask? Well, as I said, this is all a bit tongue-in-cheek, a little funny, but also kind of a little serious at the same time, this game. These are invincibility hats, which practically take the first damage you take and fall off. So it's kind of like, the first damage, no matter how much it is, small or big, you ignore. But of course you lose your hat, so let's take a sombrero. The first one is free, of course, because we have no money, of course. So the whole point of the game is to fly through these procedurally generated levels of the underground, facilities, and destroy robots, and of course try to evade their stuff. Over here we have our health, and I've just picked up 50 bucks, with which we'll upgrade our killer robot to be more destructive than other killer robots. And I've just noticed it's a little bit annoying if you're using headphones, because the stereo imaging is very wide, which means if there's an explosion all the way to the left, you'll only pretty much hear it on the left side. But anyway, so I've got my primary weapon, like this. I've also got my secondary weapon, and there's a lot of, varieties of different weapons and utilities, which I will show you in a few moments. Now, a very important thing for a game like this is controls. How responsive are they? And I have to say that controls are very responsive. Everything is very crisp. You'll never find yourself going like, oh, move over there, bloody hell. It's not. It's pretty much, you have a little bit of a momentum when you stop moving, but that's about it. You aim with the mouse over here. I'm obviously using a keyboard and mouse, although of course you can use a controller setup over here, but I've noticed an odd thing. Now this is, the two sticks are used for, this is for movement, and this is for aiming and firing, which is bizarre, because that means, these are secondary weapons. This should be secondary, or this should be primary, this should be secondary, because this means that you have to aim with this stick and keep it pressed in to fire. Very, very annoying. I haven't tried it myself, but I do have an Xbox controller, yeah. So anyway, here is an upgrade station. You'll come across these every now and then. Of course, they belong to the corporation that has sent you to destroy all robots. And we've got just over 1,000 bucks, so we can upgrade one of these things, like an enemy scanner. Well, you're right, there probably aren't enemies lurking in every shadow. Waste of money, huh? Well, as far as I found out, the enemy scanner isn't really that great, although it does give you a little bit of an advance warning. But anyway, let's get some rate of fire. And as you can see, all the prices, well, most of the prices have increased quite considerably. Now that's one of my problems sort of with the game. Prices go up really, really quickly. Now let's go to one of these next levels. It doesn't really matter to which one we go, although there are some variations, of course. Now there's more invincibility hats here, but we already have one, so we'll leave it there. You can only buy one from a machine at a time, so, at a time per level. So if I do get hit, I'll come back here and get another invincibility hat. Fortunately, invincibility hats are very, very cheap. Now here we have a rivet gun, which we can pick up and swap it for our main gun. And the rivet gun is like this. Don't quite like it. What's this? It's the crystal cannon. Oh, that's the secondary. There we go. Now you might have noticed that we can also destroy these missiles that they're sending towards us. So this primary weapon is quite long range, but I'm not a fan of it, so I'm gonna go back to the blaster. There we go, I like that more. Now there's quite a large variety of enemies in the game. And I do like how they look. While your robot is kind of cutesy, you know, with the eyes and everything and the hats, it's kind of funny and cute. A lot of the enemies look kind of mean, and some of them pretty awesome, really. Especially the spider robots we'll see later on in the levels. So yeah, there's quite a bit of variety, and also enemies do have a few, sort of, how should I put that? A few levels of damage that you can visually observe. So when you start hitting a bigger enemy, for example, you will see that they get a little bit wonky, a little bit damaged, a little bit darker, and so on and so forth. So that's pretty cool. It almost feels like you're actually taking armor off them, or pieces of them, which is a nice touch, as is all this debris that keeps falling around when you shoot at things. So yeah, killing enemies is quite satisfactory. I mean, satisfactory. There's a lot of satisfaction in destroying them. Now, here's special offers, and here's the problem. We've pretty much destroyed everything in a level, and I can barely, you know, get more attack power. But, yeah, I'll get more attack power for now. So we are left with 10 bucks. The upgrade prices go up really steeply, as you can see. So pretty much on every level, you'll try to destroy all the robots there are, which means backtracking, you know, and finding your way through these nondescript tunnels to destroy all the other robots. Now these things, you have several choices to go through, but it's never really, as far as I've found, never really explained what they do. Now this one, how is this one different from this one? For example, is this many small enemies? Is this one big enemy? I don't know. You know, so it's mostly just, let's just go through one of the doors. I don't really care. Now, there's more hats over there, which we don't need at the moment. There we go. So, yeah, it's not really one big enemy. There's a lot of enemies here. Alright, so let's use some of the specials. None of the stuff is really limited, as far as I've seen so far. So you can just, you know, keep using it liberally, and you will have to. Now, in a way, this game is kind of like a bullet hell, because sometimes things get very, very busy. Not to mention with all the debris, and oh, there is a boss here of some sort. Now, my main weapon isn't really suitable for shooting down his missiles, but we're doing pretty good, because we also have that special secondary weapon, which is pretty good, and we still have our hat, which is nice. Come on, then. And off it goes. Boom. So we get a bit of money from it. Not really that much as I would like. 400. It's not bad, but there you go. You can see these factories over here turning off. Some of them will stay on, and they will churn out more robots. So you will have to destroy them before they, well, the hordes of robots destroy you. And I don't have enough money for anything here. So, yeah, destroying robots is, you know, it's very, there's a lot of satisfaction in it when you, the weapons feel good, usually, even though the sound effects are fairly teeny, but there you go. It's fairly retro, in a way. I like the glowing visual effects, and as I said, I really like the design of, ow, I've lost my hat. I really like the design of the robots. The spider ones are definitely my favorite. I'll see if I can show you that. But in the meantime, let's you know, let's concentrate on other things. There's music, which is pretty good. Not really any major complaints there. There's different music for different areas, even though the game is well, takes a little bit getting used to, so you're probably not going to get to the end on your first run. So I haven't seen that many areas quite yet, mostly because of, well, a couple problems. One is the levels themselves. They are... Oh yeah, let's get that... Ouch! Well, that took quite a bit of damage already. One is the levels themselves. They are randomly generated, which is completely fine with me. Actually, I do love me some randomly generated levels, because that means the game has a lot more replayability than normal. Where is my hat machine? There it is. Let's get... As you can see, the hats are extremely cheap, so there's really no reason not to get them, and, you know, it doesn't really matter if you pay 60 or 25, you just get what you want. Let's get a cowboy hat. We're a cowboy, yeehaw! Anyway, yeah, procedurally generated levels is a good thing. However, in this case, there's not a lot going for it. It's just these, you know, randomized tunnels of... well, random machinery. There's not really anything amazing to look at, while the aesthetics are pretty nice, you know, with the 2 levels of background, or is it actually 3? Might be 3. Yeah, there's 3 levels of background, you know, the silhouetted foreground and such, and the enemies. It looks pretty cool. Let's go for another little boss, I think that is. But it does wear thin after... I can't really say after a while, it wears thin quite quickly. So that's... whoa. So that's a bit of a problem I see right there. You know, replayability. Will you be able to go through so many levels that will look pretty much the same, you know, one to another? I mean, of course... Ow! You little bastard. The scenery will change a little bit, but in essence, it will always stay these randomized tunnels. You know, and randomized nondescript walls. Oh, here we go. Quality assurance worm. This is another boss. You know, and we have to destroy it, of course, because it's a bad robot. And hopefully it's not going to destroy us and eat us. Ugh. Ugh. I'm not really good at these types of games. So, there you go. But, well, even I can take this one down, because it's just the quality assurance robot. So yeah, that's one of the problems. Ow, ow! Did that actually hurt me? Soundwave blaster. What is that? Oh! Oh, that's interesting. It's very short range, though. I'm not a fan of that, to be honest. It's probably high DPS, but fairly short range. So yeah, there's quite a large variety of primary and secondary weapons, and you can, you know, choose what you want. And they're all, you know, it's all interchangeable with the upgrade. So if you upgrade your weapons, all the other weapons will be upgraded as well. In fact, let's buy more rate of fire. Now over here, I could have bought warranty, which is basically an extra life. It's not an extra life as much as it is, if you die, you have one more chance. So every time you buy it, you have one more chance, but you can only buy it once at a time. So you can't just, you know, stack them up. Now I'm a little bit damaged, so I'm gonna buy the shield repair for now. There we go, fully charged. When your shield is empty, obviously, you die. Now one other problem, which is much smaller than the levels in monotony itself, is, let's buy a crown because we're a king. This cute little robot, good robot, is this right here. See, since we're not in the era of 4x3 monitors, if you don't know what that means, it's pretty much the era of old rectangular monitors, where, you know, square monitors, where it was a small square monitor, which pretty much was the same height and the same width. Now in these times we have 16:9 or 16:10 widescreen robots monitors, which means we have a lot more vision over to the left and right than we have to the up and down. But this presents a problem in games like these, because when you move down, there we go, there's an enemy there. Now, if I was moving left or right, I probably would have seen him. Now, there's the spider robots. These are... Ow! These are really cool. I flew right into that one. And this is a problem because, yes, when you move left and right, you have a lot more vision than you do when you're moving down. And there were many times where I found myself flying down and then suddenly... Oh, there's my crown. And then suddenly assaulted by a myriad of, you know, robots that almost instantly killed me because they all fired at once, and I wasn't prepared. I didn't have the reflexes to actually dodge them. So that's a bit of a cheap trick there that I don't really like. Now, how this could be solved, you know, you say, well, what are you going to do about it? You have to move up and down. Ooh, this guy woke up again. As you can see, when you move towards somewhere, there's this little rectangle in the middle of the screen where your little bot will sort of drift on the screen. So if you're moving down, it drifts further towards the bottom of the screen, making this issue even worse. Now, the solution would be to, you know, actually move the camera in the direction you're moving, therefore, you know, giving you more space to see where you're going, upwards or downwards. Let's see the special offers. I can't really afford anything except the cash magnet and the vision radius, but the vision radius is a bit laughable. The first one is 2500 and it barely increases your vision. Let me show you. Watch the edges. Watch it now. Blim. That's it. Not really much, but okay. I'm not really complaining about the upgrades. They're expensive, but there you go. Let's go for the money sign because I want more money. Ooh, excuse me. Let's get another hat as well. A propeller beanie because I'm a moron. Alright. So these levels are interesting. They have these question marks, which you can destroy, and usually you get money out of them, but sometimes you also get... You also get enemies. Now that was fine. That was my fault there. Rivet gun, I don't want that. You know, that guy was hiding over there and he shot at me. That was my fault. I should have taken a larger... circle around it, just in case. But when I'm going down or up, I don't like the game just shooting at me like that. Like now. So, as I said, the game has a wide variety. Holy crap. There's a lot of enemies here and a lot of bullets going everywhere. Now sometimes you will get lost in the bullets and you won't know whether the bullets are yours or theirs or whatever. Especially if your bullets or special weapons start bouncing off walls. That's even worse. Then you really don't know what's yours and what's theirs. But yeah, to surmise, there's a lot of enemies. A lot of different enemies. Very cool looking enemies. They're sort of mean looking. I like that. The game has quite a bit of difficulty in a way. It's very skill based. So, oh, what the hell happened there? There's an enemy in there. How rude. You know, so if you get hit, it's mostly usually your fault. Like here, I could dodge him and I did. But if I was too slow, well, that would be it. I love these spider robots. Yeah, killing enemies is very nice. There's a lot of satisfaction in this. I did a circle there. The game is unrelenting. So, you know, you gotta be careful. You can die really quickly. And when you die, that's it. You have to start all over again from scratch, unfortunately. That's why it's a roguelite. But of course, it's a roguelite because you can also, you know, buy the warranty thing, which will give you 1 extra life. So let's see what's over here to buy. Warranty. Well, let's buy the warranty. I'm gonna buy the shield repair as well, even though it's all getting more and more expensive and pretty much impossible all to afford in the end. But anyway, yeah, fun little game. To be completely honest, it's a little bit repetitive and monotonous because this is what you do pretty much all the time. And it's $10 on Steam right now. You'll have to decide whether that's worth it for you or not. For me, maybe a little bit too steep. But if you do absolutely love... Whoa, see, that was my weapon, but... In the heat of battle, I might get confused by that. Where did you come from? Oh, what's that? Magnetic spiker. Ugh. It's the same as that rail, but I'm guessing it follows them? I don't know. I don't like it. I'm gonna go back to the blaster. If you really like these bullet hell games, you'll have a lot of fun with it, because it is well done. It's quite polished. It's got retro sound effects. It's cute looking. The enemies are very cool, and they get meaner and meaner as you go. But on the other hand, it does get a little bit repetitive and a little bit sort of infuriating as well when you get destroyed when when you're going down. You were doing well and everything was going fine, and then you suddenly get destroyed because you went down. I don't like this. Now, I have learned not to do this anymore, but I wanted to show you, why I was complaining about that. And there you go. I've lost my hat. I've lost half of my health. Actually, I didn't lose half of my health. No, yes, I did, because I repaired. And then you have to start from the beginning. Of course, that's a roguelike, but it's just annoying when they use tricks like that. Ouch. So there you go. That is good robot. Sit. Sit. Good robot. So basically, the corporation made you the killer robot to destroy all other killer robots, which actually do kill humans. Not really sure how that's gonna work, but you should read the description of the game. It's quite hilarious. The company wants to protect its reputation and the media fallout, because their robots caused the human civilization to go extinct. Who's gonna care at that point then? Anyway, this was MetalCanyon, and we've been previewing Good Robot. Oh bloody hell.